Today on the table I have several different shotgun sighting systems. Now, as you notice in the title, I'm not a fan of ghost ring sights at all. I own a shotgun with it on it, and I've had some problems we're going to talk about here. Your downfall, yes, the adjustability is nice, being able to dial in your shotgun, especially if you're going to be shooting at range with slugs, but it comes at a huge cost. For example, the center of this one, right about a ½ inch. The center of this style with the rail, just short of an inch. Now your standard shotgun, this is where your ribbing is. You lay your cheek flat. It's very fast. If you ever want to find out if shotgun sights are right for you or rifle sights, even with a scope, what you're going to do is pick a target on a wall. Doesn't really matter the range. I got about a 4x4 picture, maybe 8 yards on the wall right there. You stare at the target, and then you close your eyes. Bring your firearm into battery. Open your eyes, and your sight should be lined up, and you should be aiming pretty close to that. I was about 2 inches to the right. Do it again. About 2 inches to the right again. Very fast. Now with this setup, because it's so much taller, doing the same exercise, I don't know where I'm at because my head is not lined up with the sights, so when I bring my head up, I'm a little bit high. But the point is, you have to adjust your head to find your sights. With this style of shotgun, once your cheek hits, your sights are lined up. This one's a little bit better because it's not as tall. You just have to bring up your cheek just a little bit. It's still slower though. Now I actually own the 590A1 SPX, which has this style of sighting system on it, and I've been working at it for years now trying to get it fast. I've got it faster, but I can't get it to the speed of a bead sight. What I did is I bought the Magpul stock. It's got a rising cheek rest on it, and it's pretty quick. But just the way the stock is designed, if you shoot a string of rounds, it really beats up your cheek, making it sore. Now, I had bought the SPX because it had the rail on it, which was awesome. I'm like, well, I'm going to run a red dot on there, and this is going to just be amazing. And no, the red dot even brings it up higher, so you're even slower than these original sights, which is slower than these sights, which is slower than your bead sight. You're taking away the shotgun's big advantage. And what is that advantage? Putting the fury of God in a very small target moving at high speed at relatively close range. There's not many firearms that can do it like a shotgun. I mean, the kinetic energy they pack and how quick they are, especially with a bead sight, you just can't get past that. And another reason I would never run a red dot, especially on a shotgun, is because if I actually have to use it for something other than sporting purposes or hunting, things went sideways. And red dots, they fog out really easy when you go from cold to warm, back to cold. Like, say you're in the field, and you're moving to a new hunting location, you take a shotgun, put it in the vehicle, which is heated. As it warms up, it's completely fogging out. Now when you go back into the cold, that fog will freeze and turn into a layer of ice. You're not going to be able to see for that sight for probably like a half hour, maybe an hour, depending on how drastic of a temperature change you got. And you definitely don't want that to happen if you had to use your shotgun in a defensive purpose. Now there's also iron sights for slug barrels. I mean, these are pretty low, so they are quick. But you still have to adjust slightly, but it's not very much. Like, I can see just the top of my sight. I'm not quite lined up, but I'm pretty close. Slight adjustment with my head, be on target. Myself, though, I would actually still just run a bead sight, smooth bore. I mean, you're not going to quite get the advantages of a rifle barrel with iron sights for the accuracy of a shotgun slug. But if I want any kind of range, I'm just going to switch to a rifle. I'm going to keep a shotgun for what it's good for, shooting multiple pellets at a target at a very high rate of speed, delivering massive kinetic energy. Now, my primary weapon would obviously be a rifle. My secondary weapon would be like a shotgun or a pistol, and that's why I would never run a red dot on them, Because try to see Steve McQueen there. You can't. It's impossible. Yeah, you can co-witness your red dot and look through it and see the sights, but not if it's fogged out. Let me flip it on there so you can see. Actually, this red dot's dead. A customer turned it on and never shut it off. But yeah, because my shotgun or pistol would primarily be secondary weapons, never, ever would I put any kind of optics on them. I need the sights to be reliable, efficient, and lightweight. Now, if you're for sure going to run a ghost ring sight setup, you do have two different ones, where the rail and without a rail. I strongly recommend the one without the rail. One, it's lower. Two, it attaches directly to the receiver, so you have only one point where it could fail on the attachment. On this setup, the rail mounts to the receiver, and then the sight mounts to the rail, so there's two different points. And if this gets loose at all, because of how it's set up, it's going to snap off your crossbar, and you cannot use the shotgun without this exact setup of sights because of how the front sight is. It's just too high. You have to have this. And I think there's a very good reason why the professional shotgun shooters do not use ghost ring sights or red dots. They stick with their bead sights. They're insanely fast. What's the word I'm looking for? They go together with shotguns like peanut butter and jelly. They do exactly what they need to do, and they do it efficiently, reliably. But thanks for watching. Leave in the comments below of your shotgun setup, what you want to get, what you're thinking about getting, and don't forget to subscribe.